All right, Grant, thanks for coming out. I know you've been to our place before, but this time we get to kind of pin you for a bit more time. So welcome to Sunridge Canyon.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is so you know the facilities. This is kind of our little more private facility where we get to have a bit more fun, one-on-one.
Right.
And cool clubs. I know people might not know about cool clubs, so and it's easy for me to sell. But can you kind of tell everyone a little bit about what we do and your general experience that you've had with us over the last few days?
Yeah, I mean, I would say when I think of cool clubs immediately, I think of the most in-depth fittings that I've seen. And I feel like that comes from you guys having data that, shows every single club in the world and which club's the best off the toe, which club's the best off the heel, which club's best for the swing speed. Like, all of that data is just like, I think it's unmatched anywhere. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's an unreal facility.
Thank you so much. And I want to touch on your equipment. So when we met a few months ago, and I remember you saying, "Look, I haven't really done much on equipment," and that can be a really good thing for us because we get kind of this blank canvas.
Right.
But what was your experience with equipment growing up? I know your dad was with Ping. Were you a Ping guy? What was it like?
Yeah, so growing up, I actually played full ping, and then I wasn't really too big into shafts. My dad was really big on fitting, but it was more like fitting you for the correct lie angle and like fitting you for, the correct specs, whether that's like length of the club, but not really shaft. And then, I didn't know too much about the whole fitting process. So my eyes have been absolutely open to this all.
And I mean, that really run up until 3 months ago, I guess, when we first kind of bumped into each other.
Yeah, and I mean, I knew a little bit like heading up to that, I did. I knew a little bit about shafts, and I started to get into those aftermarket shafts the last couple years. I love all like the colors and stuff, you know that.
Yeah.
I like all the pretty colors. When you walk in here, you see all that, and it's like a candy store.
So where do you think you're at now? Are you fully down the rabbit hole, or are you still kind of thinking, I want to just play?
No, I'm pretty far down it. Yeah. I like to, test a lot. It's really cool, being able to go to the Kingdom as well,
Right.
and mess with all the different stuff there, all the shafts and trotty, and yeah, that was really cool.
Well, you've had that experience, which is great, and now like you're out on your own, you're doing your own thing, you're your own man. You get to choose really what you do with equipment, and I think that was kind of fun here. I don't want to ruin the video for everyone, but messing around with blades and somewhat muscles and cavity backs. Right. Do you feel like that is really going to change the score that you can put on the card?
I mean, yeah, I've been playing some pretty bladey clubs, and I did it a lot because of how they looked when I looked down at them. Now, when I mishit it, I'm obviously getting penalized a lot more than I like. So it was really cool, especially yesterday, being able to go over to the robot and see which club is the best off like the toe. And that's where I tend to miss it the most. So seeing the best club for toe mishits is something I don't feel like you get to see at many places.
I think you're right. We're super lucky, obviously. We've got all this equipment here, but the robot is just like, you've done a lot of work yesterday. You were tired. There's no need for you to keep banging ball after ball after ball when we know that we can set your swing up.
Right.
And we can just let the robot decide for us as long as you trusted it, right?
Right. Yeah, the robot actually took my position yesterday. So.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin that, but people will see all the fun stuff with the robot soon.
Yeah.
Is anything that you would like say to people? That robot, I know what we're going to use it for, but is there any like key things that stood out in terms of the data that's collected that you wouldn't see necessarily just doing a fitting?
Yeah, I mean, at cool clubs in general, one thing that sticks out with the technology is how you guys build all these robotics, which is like unseen. I've never personally seen like the S3 machine, and we were able to get that on video, which is really cool. There's a very select audience for that want to actually dive into those numbers. Some people don't want to even know that.
Hopefully, maybe we can put it in the description or something if we send people to our reviews with a robot.
Right.
We do that just completely unbiased, completely just from wanting to give information to the industry. There's no agenda behind it other than, figure out what golf clubs are good for what you're doing with your golf swing, basically.
Yeah, and I feel like, Mark's really, he's so into all the data and stuff that he's just like, he doesn't care. Like, he just wants to see what performs the best under these circumstances, and just like looking at his data sheets are just wild.
He's like working with the Elon Musk of the golf industry, but
yeah.
without the like Twitter rage that he gets.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Mark is like such a chill guy. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good dude. He's good for golf, just in general. So,
yeah.
And we appreciate you. Obviously, you're good for golf. You're great for bringing youth through, and hopefully getting people into the equipment industry for our benefit, but getting people into golf in general. So kudos, man.
And I really appreciate that. And I think, I mean, for people coming up, they always ask me, I actually get the question all the time, like, when should I get fit, or how important is it to get fit? And I feel like there is a time when you're getting good enough where you should get fit. I don't feel like right away you need to actually form a golf swing first.
Yeah. Don't go and pick up a 50-inch driver, the first driver you pick up. But
right.
For sure, I think there's a crossover point when it becomes more important.
Right, exactly. And yeah, it's just cool that, I feel like Cool Clubs is almost like a hidden gem, and not many people know like what it offers.
Not anymore.
And now, coming out here to Scottsdale, Arizona, and being able to just see the whole facility is unreal. So.
Awesome, thanks. So I want to go off a little bit off track before we wrap this up. Just talking about inspiring people to play golf. Like, what do you think is one of your driving forces behind your channel, behind your content? What do you want to offer the industry?
I do have some plans. I have some really cool stuff I'm working on, and I would say like the next big step for me is getting into the teaching world more. Starting to do some more instructional stuff. Not necessarily getting into the teaching world. I don't want to become a swing instructor, but I really do love helping people with golf. Getting into that route and learning from a lot of the people I've been around. I've been able to hang a lot with Chris Como and like Stan Utley, those guys, and just learning from them is crazy, and that kind of intrigues me. But from just like my channel perspective, it's been just keeping on growing, keeping on pushing the limits of just new content.
Golf has got so many diverse people in it, right? Everyone's not just a golfer. There's lawyers, there's dustmen, there's every person you can think of plays golf.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of different coaches and equipment and all those kind of things to service all of those people. So hopefully you can interview as many people and talk as many golf swings as possible, because there's a million ways to skin a cat, right?
Oh yeah, and it's endless with golf, because like if I film a match, with Tony Finau coming up, and I could film a match with him a year from now, and it's still gonna be cool. Like, you can redo it, and it's an awesome place to be in the YouTube golf world.
Yeah,
well, really cool.
We love it. I know everyone else out there loves it, and obviously there's a big segment that we want to happen, and I'm going to ask you when can Jared and I take on you and Micah?
Oh boy, Jared and you are pretty good together. I don't know if we can beat you guys.
He holds me up. He's gonna have a sore back by the end of the round. But
Jared's a striker. You guys both are. I love watching your little head-to-head match just from the.
No, we care about it. We want to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll stay in touch on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, man. Appreciate your time.
Right.
Thank you so much for coming out and also doing these interviews. We really appreciate it.
Sure.
And keep doing your thing.
Thanks, Jack.
Appreciate it.